Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Crystal and today I'm going to review the PHOERA liquid foundation. I think that's what it's called. And I got the shade 104 beige. The reason why I got this is because I've been seeing a lot of reviews about this foundation online and it's supposed to be one of the most full coverage foundation. Plus it's super affordable, so I decided to try it out. You can get this from Shopee or Aliexpress and probably eBay. So yeah, that's where you can get these products. So this is the packaging. It's very simple, nothing too fancy. It says here it's coverage foundation. It says here it's coverage foundation, naturally flawless, oil controlling, lightweight feel. So I really have oily skin, so I'm looking for something that will really control my oil on my face. It also says it's a soft matte long wear liquid foundation. I saw this online. It was unbelievably cheap. When I searched this on YouTube, I saw a lot of reviews. Okay, so this is the foundation here. It kind of reminds me so much of a product from the brand Ordinary, but it doesn't have a cover. I don't know why. So weird. Again, I got the shade 104 buff beige. It says here, always shake before use to activate. So if I don't shake it, it's not going to give me any kind of coverage. But yeah, I understand that you need to shake your foundation before using it because it's going to mix the pigment if any has already separated. So you really need to do this. Pump foundation onto the back of your hand. Start with one pump for medium coverage and build to full coverage with a second pump if desired. Pick up the foundation with your brush, starting in center of your face. Wait, I'm not really going to read this right. I'm just gonna do my foundation how I normally do it. So I have my handy dandy sponge. So I have a baby sponge here and a bigger sponge for my face. I'm gonna use this for my concealer. My skin feels super dry right now, so I think I'm gonna have to apply a moisturizer first. I don't know what's really fair when you're reviewing foundations because not everyone is using a primer. So if I use a primer, the effect might be different for the people who didn't use a primer. Honestly, I don't use a primer on a daily basis. If my skin feels super dry, I just go ahead and apply a very lightweight moisturizer, and that's more than enough for me. If I want my foundation to apply a lot better, I go ahead and apply a primer, but for like a daily look, it's okay with me if I don't use a primer. But let me know what you guys think about that. And luckily, I think I got the right shade. It kind of has a yellow undertone and it's not too light, but we're gonna see once it's on my face. So this is the consistency. As you can see, it's not runny at all, but it's not thick when you touch it. It's kind of lightweight. So here we go. Okay, I have really high hopes for this foundation. Wow, I really like the formula, and I can definitely see a lot of coverage. You know what? This reminds me so much of my Natasha Denona Transformative Foundation. It reminds me so much of that foundation. And actually, the shade of my Natasha Denona and this one looks really identical. I actually really like the fact that it sets and it doesn't feel sticky. This is the foundation on the half of my face, and I'm actually really impressed because the way it feels after applying it feels exactly the same as the Natasha Denona one. I love about this foundation is that it didn't really emphasize my pores and it looks really flawless. It's a lot easier to blend than the Natasha Denona one. The shade is obviously a bit lighter than my skin tone, but I love the finish. And when you touch your skin, it feels just like your skin. It doesn't feel sticky or anything like that. It's going to cover discoloration. It's going to cover like your dark circles, or like if you have like darkness on your face, it's going to cover that. I'm just going to do the other side of my face. So if you're working with this foundation, you have to be a bit quick because it sets pretty fast. You still have enough time to blend, but if you will blend this slow, it might dry patchy. So just make sure to blend it. I love the color. Actually, if it's going to oxidize a shade darker, I think it's going to look fine. But right now, I can work with the shade if I apply bronzer or like a contour shade. But wow, this is a really good foundation. I didn't apply it with a brush because Normally, when I apply my foundation, I always use a beauty blender because brushes always look streaky on my face. So this is my face with only the foundation on, and I still don't have concealer, still don't have powder. Oh my gosh, this foundation looks so beautiful and feels so comfortable. And I love the color actually, even though it's slightly lighter when I applied the first time. I can see that it's slightly adjusting to my skin tone. I'm looking at my face very close to my mirror, but I don't see my pores that much. It didn't settle into my pores or fine lines. I'm really impressed. That is my first impression. It's very, very comparable to my Natasha Denona one, which is like almost $40, but this one, it's not even like $2. It's super cheap. For my concealer, I'm just gonna use my Wet n Wild Mega Glow Correction Concealer in the shade Follow Your Bisque. So it looks like this, and it's just a stick concealer. Not really a big fan of this concealer, but it's very lightweight and it doesn't have a lot of coverage. When I'm reviewing a foundation, I don't want to use a concealer that is too full coverage because it just defeats the purpose of the review. And by the way, I'm going to review other products as I'm reviewing this foundation. So I'm gonna have enough time to test this foundation out because I'm gonna be filming more videos as I'm reviewing this. I have a couple of products here that I'm going to review. I'm also going to do a wear test and see if it's going to oil up or settle into my lines. We will see. So the Wet n Wild foundation didn't do much for my nose bridge, and I like to highlight my nose bridge normally. I went ahead and used the PHOERA foundation, and oh my gosh, it really looks like a concealer. And if you are looking for a concealer, I think this will work wonderful because it has really good coverage. I would say this is a medium to full coverage. It just depends on how much you apply, but it's really buildable. Just apply like one layer. Formula is so good if you're gonna use it as a concealer, I think. Wow, look at that. That definitely highlighted my nose bridge. My skin feels so comfortable and it's not sticky at all, which is an A plus because that is the first thing that I'm looking for in the foundation is when you apply it, you don't need to set your foundation with loads and loads of powder just to remove the stickiness on your face. So now I'm just going to set my face with the Ben Nye Luxury Powder. This is the banana one. I'm going to set my under eyes first. And I don't want to use too much powder to set this because, like I said, if I'm reviewing a foundation, I don't want to like apply loads and loads of powder and concealer on top of it. My skin looks so nice. Even the powder is applying really nicely on top of this foundation because sometimes when I'm using a foundation that is super sticky, even the powder applies like blotchy. I'm just gonna go ahead and film more videos, and then it's gonna take me a long time because I have 5 more products to review, like some eyeshadows, lipsticks, and by that time we will see if this foundation will melt or it's still going to perform nice. We will see. So I'll be right back for the update. Hey guys, so it's been 8 hours since I last applied this foundation, and hey guys, so it's been 8 hours since I last okay, why do I need to burp? And this is also going to be my last update for this foundation. I retouched my foundation again with the Ben Nye powder just because we prepared dinner and then my face really oiled up, and after that I had to film another video which is about Beauty Glazed palette, which is this one, and I did this makeup look using this palette and it's so amazing. But after 8 hours with only retouching one time, it's really, really good. Right now, it's starting to look a bit glowy again on my T-zone, and that is always the case. It doesn't feel and look messy or anything like that because the tendency with so many foundations is that after even 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, my foundation and my face will just look like it's melting and it only looks a bit oily. And on my nose, that is where I usually get oily very fast. Not really surprised if I see a little bit of glow right there. For 8 hours and I retouched only one time, I think that this is actually very comparable to so many expensive foundations. And if I'm going to compare this to an expensive brand, it's definitely the Natasha Denona Transformat Foundation. Oh my gosh. When I applied the PHOERA foundation, the Natasha Denona was the first foundation that came into my mind. Even my Natasha Denona one looks exactly like this after like 5 to 6 hours. So I'm really glad that I found a dupe for my Natasha Denona one. The consistency is very lightweight. If I'm going to rate this foundation, I would rate this definitely 10 out of 10, especially for the price. And honestly, if I got this for $20, I will not be sad because performance is amazing and I love how my skin looks. Actually looks really nice in photos as well, so that's a really nice thing. And it says here soft matte, and it's really long wearing as well, so it's medium to full coverage, so it's really buildable. It's naturally flawless. I think that it just makes your skin look like skin. It doesn't look like you have a ton of foundation on. It doesn't look cakey. It says here oil controlling. I feel like it's true because I didn't really oil up like crazy. My skin still looks really nice. It just has a little bit of glow, but the foundation didn't really separate at all, so that's really nice. And then it has lightweight feel. It's really true that it feels very lightweight because I really don't feel it on my skin. It doesn't have a scent. So would I recommend this foundation? Definitely a big yes, because I think that it's a good everyday foundation because I think you get a lot from this as well. So if you guys want a full coverage foundation that is lightweight and is going to control your oil, definitely go ahead and check out the PHOERA liquid foundation. And yeah, so that is it for my video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you guys have any video requests, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'm gonna be doing a review on these makeup products soon. I have some Kamadu makeup products to review very soon. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I enjoyed filming this. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you will be notified whenever I upload a new video, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye!